everybody, today on Provost Park Pass, I'm doing something different on a video that I've never done before. I'm just gonna give you a tour of Disneyland and tell you some of my favorite facts and trivia of Disneyland. Will you join me today? All right, let's have some fun today. When you first walk into Disneyland, you see the Disneyland Railroad, and right below that you see the Mickey Mouse mural with all the different flowers there. Did you know that that is the 8th most photographed spot in the entire world? It's estimated to be the 8th most photographed spot in the entire world. How cool is that? Now, when most people walk in, most people go to the right. They enter into that tunnel right over there. But I like to go into the left-hand side. So let me take you to the left-hand side. Right there, we got the Disneyland Railroad train. And you guys, here you leave today and enter the world of yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy. Now we are entering into Main Street, USA. This is one of the original 5 lands of Disneyland. Now a lot of people don't even think of this as a land. They think of this more of the gateway to the other lands. But no, it was considered a land and is a land. It's supposed to take place from the 1920s to the 1930s, you know, right when like horses and like the automobiles were starting to intermix and mingle a little bit. And it is a lot of fun. Another fun fact is, did you know that every morning there's a person that comes along and they grease these tracks with vegetable oil, making it easier for the horse teams to pull them. How cool is that? And in 2018, they redid this and put the brick down. It wasn't always brick. They put the brick down, and the brick is supposedly, it makes it easier for the horses to do the walking. It's easier on the joints. So Disney taking care of their animals. Now, as you look down Main Street, you're gonna see all these wonderful things, and you can hear probably a little bit of the Disney music. Did you know that in the morning, the music's more upbeat and peppity, you know, has a little more pep to it. In the evenings, when you walk out, the music's a little bit softer and calmer. It helps calm down the crowd. It kind of gives people to relax. There's Disney using all their things to manipulate our minds. Also, on the windows, if you look up the windows, there's names of people on the windows. These, I think there's 84 windows with names on them. I can't remember exactly, but I should do a video on that someday. But if you look right here, you can see this one right over here. It says Alice Davis. And then the one next to it says Mark Davis. They were a husband and wife team. They worked together. Alice did all the costumes. She was a costume and sewer. She did everything for Pirates Caribbean. And Mark Davis, he helped design Pirates Caribbean. How cool is that? They have a window honoring them. This, by the way, is a little tiny street over here, and it has a name as well. That's called Center Street. So where you go down and get some blockers. Now, walking right down here, you'll probably notice all the different lights. They're not turned on during the daytime, of course, but at nighttime they are. Now here's something interesting a lot of people don't know is the hitching post. On Main Street, there's a bunch of hitching posts on the side of the street right here, here, and so on. But right down here, for whatever reason, the hitching posts are like horses, like this one here. This is a hitching post that I'm talking about. See the white horse right there? That's just like a normal hitching post. They have all of them on this Main Street are these white horse hitching posts, except for this one right down here in front of the china closet. This one is just like a wood hitching post. How cool is that? It's the only one that's like that on all of Main Street. Now you walk down here, of course, you get the iconic view of the Disneyland Castle, and isn't it gorgeous? Now, if you're from Florida, that looks very small to you, because the one in California, I mean, Florida is about twice as tall. Yeah, twice as tall. Okay, continuing on here, is as you're walking down here, you notice most people, when they first get here, they go to the right, to the Matterhorn and to Tomorrowland, that whole area. I like to go to the left, but I'm gonna show you something kind of cool here. This here is called the Hub. Right at the top of Main Street is the Hub, or a spoken wheel, if you will. And this is where you can see right into all of the lands. Now, this statue here wasn't always here. You were able to stand right in the center. And if you did stand in the center, you would be able to see into every land, straight in the land, except for one. So I'll show you, give you that illusion. You're right down here, you can see right into Tomorrowland. See right there? If you're looking this way, you see right into Fantasyland. If you're looking this way, you'd be able to see right into Frontierland, but you couldn't see into Adventureland right over there. And that was done on purpose. You notice there's like a little brick wall there. They put that there to disguise Adventureland because they wanted it to be more mysterious, so that they don't want you to have a direct line of sight into Adventureland. Now I'm gonna take you into Adventureland, and then we'll just kind of walk around, guys, and enjoy it. Here we go, walking into Adventureland. Some interesting things about Adventureland: it's the only land that doesn't sell churros or popcorn within the land, because they're worried that the smell will take away from the ambience of being like in a jungle. So here we go, walking into Adventureland. The first thing you're gonna see on the left-hand side is the Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room. Most people just call it the Tiki Room, but the proper name is Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room. The reason it's called Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room is Walt Disney personally financed it himself. It was originally going to be a restaurant, but then they ended up turning it into a show. It was gonna be like a dinner restaurant with a show, and they just turned it into a show. Okay, now you're walking in here to Adventureland. Adventureland is the narrowest land in all of Disneyland. Designed on purpose like this. It was designed to make it kind of get all narrow, that creates like this adventure and danger feeling. Now, all the other Disney parks, like Disneyland Paris, Walt Disney World, the Magic Kingdom, their Adventureland goes much wider because they realize that, I mean, it gets kind of crowded in here. Right over here, we have the world famous Jungle Cruise. Now, if I could have any particular job at Disney, it would be working on the Jungle Cruise. I absolutely love it and think it's great. I love to have that particular job. Walking over here, we have the Bengal barbecue, and I would suggest to get the asparagus wrapped in bacon. It's so good, it's so delicious. And then over here, of course, if you've ever watched any of our videos, then you know that this is Amanda's very favorite ride. We have Indiana Jones and the Temple of the Forbidden Eye. And she loves this ride more than anything else. It's her favorite. Okay. Now walking out here, this is kind of a fun thing to see, is you'll notice right here as you walk past Bengal Barbecue, and then all of a sudden it starts getting very, very, very brightly colored. That's because we're now entering into New Orleans Square. Hey, how's it going? It's nice to see you. We're moving right into New Orleans Square, and that is kind of a little brightly colored. Right here we have Tarzan's Treehouse that was redone in 1999 for the release of the Tarzan movie. All right, moving down here, of course, we're gonna hit probably the most popular attraction in all of Disneyland, the canoes. I'm just kidding, little joke there. It's Pirates of the Caribbean. Everybody knows this ride. If you ever come to Disneyland, this is a must do. And it is also the most efficient loader of all the rides. So even though sometimes the line looks long, they can really get through the people very fast on the Pirates of the Caribbean. This water out here, this is known as the Rivers of America. And there goes the canoes, you guys. I have a huge soft spot for canoes in my heart. I love them so much. Oh my gosh, they're working hard. I think that's Corey out there. I'm gonna yell, see if we get the canoes to wave. Go canoes! There we go, get a little wave. Okay. Now this here, where people are walking right there, that's called the Esplanade, and that street goes back into New Orleans. I'm gonna take you guys down here, down to the Haunted Mansion and Critter Country. This here is the raft to Pirate's Lair. Also, a lot of times people call it Tom Sawyer's Island, because it was Tom Sawyer's Island for the longest time. And I have not done a Secrets Revealed on that particular island, but one day I hope to do that. And then right over there, we have, of course, the beautiful Haunted Mansion behind those trees. And we love the Haunted Mansion. We've done a lot of videos about Haunted Mansion. Our Secrets Revealed video on that one is probably one of our most popular and watched videos of all time. Coming over here, we're gonna come up here and you're gonna see this little restaurant right over here. Now, of course, everybody knows right over there, you got the Haunted Mansion, and you got the Critter Country, and then there's a restaurant here, but did you know you could walk through this? There's a walkway right through here. A lot of people don't realize that, but you can walk through here, and this is called Fowler's Harbor, or Fowler's Inn. Joe Fowler was one that helped work on the boats here with Walt Disney And when they got them all built, he said we need to have a dry dock and needed an area where to store the docks, and they named it after him right there, Fowler's Inn. Also, a really cool thing is right over here, if you look at this, there's a thing here, and it was done with an app. And it was very exclusive. This app, you only like, I think it was the first 100 people or so. You come in here and with the app, and it would make these dials spin around and do all kinds of crazy things. But it was very exclusive, and I never, ever got to see that work. I would like to, but I didn't. All right. Now you might be thinking to yourself, wait, is this a dead end? Nope, it's not. Look, you walk right through this little dining area, and then you get to come right through here. And look right over here, you can see the bottom of Splash Mountain. I'll see if I can show it to you, hang on. Right through there. You can see it's right where they come down, Splash Mountain. Here comes it. Fun place to hang out. Now we're entering into Critter Country. And of course, what do we see in Critter Country? But one of my very favorite attractions, the canoes. Here they are. There they are, guys. They have to have a minimum of 10 people in order to ride the canoes. If you don't have 10 people, canoes aren't going. All right, moving on. This way takes you down to Batuu, Star Wars Land. And then down here, of course, takes you down to the rest of Critter Country, which has Winnie the Pooh and also Splash Mountain. This Splash Mountain right over here. It is the fastest ride in all of Disneyland. It goes 40 miles per hour. A lot of times people contribute that, the fastest ride, to Big Thunder Mountain or Space Mountain, but that's not true. Space Mountain is actually one of the slower roller coasters, but they use illusions to make it feel like it's going much faster. We'll talk about that when we get to Tomorrowland. And there is Splash Mountain. You have a zippity-doo-dah day. And then right down here is the Pooh's Corner, and also a bunch of benches. This is one of Amanda's very favorite areas to relax and come down and just have the shade on your face. And then right over here, there's Winnie the Pooh. It's one of the co-workers. We're waving, say hi. They're doing some refurbishments right now on Winnie the Pooh, so it's running, but they're not allowing people to go into it. But if you haven't seen it, you can really watch our video on Winnie the Pooh's Secrets Revealed, and people really, really like Winnie the Pooh a lot. Also, here on Splash Mountain, my friend Jess Harnell, he also does Wacko for the Animaniacs, and does Ironside and Barricade for the Transformer movies. He's an amazing voice actor. He's in Doc McStuffins. He does 9 of the 11 voices for Splash Mountain, and you can watch that video right over here. And okay, now we're walking out here, and this here is a new walkway that takes us into Batuu. So let's walk into Batuu. There is the Mark Twain Riverboat. A little bit of trivia about that is Twain is a depth on a river. It's about 12 feet deep. And you go Mark Twain, that's lets you know that the boat, it's deep enough for a boat to go on it. The writer, Samuel Clement, he liked that name so much, he used it for his own pen name, guys, and it became Mark Twain. You know, he wrote like Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer. Great American author, very funny, very, very funny. He liked puns too, so I like that. It's a real steam wheel, it's a real paddle wheel. Paddle wheel pushes that boat right along, and it's a real steam engine. It is on a track. I think most people know that. I'm not really ruining any illusion there, but it's something kind of cool. We did a video on that as well, if you guys want to check that out. Louis Armstrong also played on it. The great jazz legend played on it. So. Moving right over here. This is moving into now Batuu, the newest land in all of Disneyland. I hope you're enjoying this video. It's kind of different, not something we normally do, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to do. As you enter into Batuu, you need to listen to the sounds. They are extensive, I gotta go to the panel with the sound engineer to learn all about the sounds. So during the daytime, they have different sounds. You listen to the different animals in here, you hear different animals in the bushes, and then at nighttime, different sounds come out. Now, I have not done a secret reveal yet of Batuu, but I'm going to. I will tell you some things that most of you know, that this end of Batuu is the rebel side, the resistance. This is the good guy side. I guess you could say the good guys all depend on a certain point of view, right? You got the rise of resistance right over there, and then right over here you have the X-Wing, and periodically the engines will start. Oh, it's going right now. See the smoke? You can hear it? There you go. And then as you walk deeper into Batuu, you're gonna go into the Empire side, or shall we say First Order, because the Empire is transformed into the First Order. So, moving along. As you come in here, if you go to the left, you go into the bazaar, and you can see all different types of things for sale. Now right there, you can see these are some garbage cans, and on the garbage cans, every garbage can in Batuu has a number on it, and the number is 3263827. You might be asking, what's the significance of that? Well, that is the number of the trash compactor on the Death Star. Same number. So maybe they're like little tiny mini trash compactors. If you haven't watched our video, you watch a video all about the top 10 garbage cans, trash cans of Disneyland right over here, and we'll tell you all the secrets you need to know. And we're gonna walk in here to the bazaar. And this is a place where you come in and you can buy things. You can buy all kinds of Star Wars paraphernalia and cool things. They got shirts, t-shirts, and more. If you look over here, you can recognize this robot. This is the same robot that was in Return of the Jedi. It was a droid there that punished other droids, but here it's just something kind of fun. It's rotating meat. Much better job than torturing other droids. And then of course you walk down here and you're gonna see the Millennium Falcon. Now the Millennium Falcon is a one-to-one creation. This would be the size, if it really existed in the Star Wars universe, this is what it would look like. And the first time I saw it, I almost started to cry. You'll notice that right on the top, you see that the little radar dish is square, or I guess maybe more of a rectangle. It's no longer a circle as it was in Return of the Jedi, but it got knocked off when Lando Calrissian was flying through the Death Star and knocked it off. And they replaced it with a new one. Right down there is the entrance to Smuggler's Run. And then you go this way, and you're gonna walk downtown to downtown Batuu, and you're gonna walk right by Olga's Cantina. And you need to have a reservation when you go to Olga's Cantina. It's very, 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 very popular. It's right there. You kind of hear a little bit of music coming out.
Well, I want $1 million, but that's not gonna happen.
Yeah. We should say hi.
Hi there.
Hi! Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Just listen to music. I love it. To love it. Yes.
DJ is
Get
rocking
it. Get it. DJ's rocking out, huh? It's good to see you.
Go ahead and go across the way.
There they go. Continuing on. Now, I was told that this ship down here was supposed to make an appearance in episode 9, but they ended up rewriting the script a little bit, and so that ship wasn't in episode 9. That's why they had it here, because they thought it was going to be. A little bit of fun trivia there. Also, right up there, this is where a lot of times a lot of stormtroopers will stand up there, and Kylo Ren will sometimes come down there and give you a little bit of grief. Here, right here, is where you can get your milk. The blue milk or the green milk. And there's your banner for the First Order. I'm gonna walk right on out here. This is gonna take us right into Frontierland. As you walk through, you'll notice that these caves kind of like have these grooves that are cut. If you watch Empire Strikes Back, you see in the ice caves they were cut. It's because they use lasers. But look about what happens about halfway through, guys. You're now starting to see railroad beams and wood, because now we are in right here, this line. That's the line to take us into Frontierland. I'm now in Frontierland. Very smooth transition. We're now gonna walk down into Frontierland. This, by the way, was the most popular land when Disneyland first opened. Back then, Davy Crockett and Cowboys was very popular, so it was the most popular land. As you walk into Frontierland, you're gonna see on the left-hand side is Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Now, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, the rocks here are designed after Bryce Canyon, Utah. These painted rocks, they look gorgeous. And this is a very fun ride. It's designed by Tony Baxter. It was the very first roller coaster that was ever aided by a computer. They had a computer model actually help them. This is in the late 70s, guys. Computers weren't very popular back then, but they used a computer to help them actually model out Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Also, they put the rocks down first and then the track. Most amusement parks put the track down and then do the theming around it. Not Disney. Disney's like, we'll do the rocks first and then make the track go around that. Something fun to do when you're in Frontierland is look down, because what do you see? You see wagon tracks, you see horse, what are those called? Horseshoes? Prints? Hoofs? I don't even, horseshoes. I know the game's called horseshoes, but what do you say when you see that? Is that a horseshoe? Horse track? Horse print? I don't know. But you look around on the ground, there's all kinds of things on the ground in Frontierland. Right up in front of me is the Golden Horseshoe. When we did the Golden Horseshoe review, it was a show that Disneyland had. It was one of the longest running shows. Then it became Billy Hill and the Hillbillies. Ah! And then we got Jessie over there. She's blowing us kisses on the top. And eventually, hopefully, they bring a new show back to the Golden Horseshoe review, because it was one of my favorite things as a kid, going to that. It was so funny. There she is. Jessie! Woo! She looked great. Oh, you look great. Thank you. Then, go right over here, you're gonna see the shooting expedition, I apologize, and the Rancho Zocalo restaurant. By the way, if you haven't had it, try their cauliflower tacos. I think they're so good. Probably one of my favorite things to eat here in Disneyland. And here's the shooting exposition. And this is where you go in and shoot guns. They're light guns. They shoot little light beams at targets. Now, at one point, they used to shoot little metal BBs, but they don't do that anymore. And I'm gonna go ahead and get a little closer so you guys can see what those targets look like. The guns cost money, but right when the park first opens, if you're the first one to get there, the guns are free for the very first time. You'll notice when you're in Frontierland that you have like a wooden fort here, and then as you go along, they got a building here. It's got wood logs, and then it gets more like a wood paneling, but you still have the planks. That's exactly how a boomtown would have been designed in the time the Cowboys started with a wood fort, and then as they got more modern, they'd build more and more modern homes. We're gonna exit out here. Actually, guys, I'm gonna take you on the least traveled path in all of Disneyland. If you walk right here, this pathway goes right behind here, takes you over to kind of like Fantasyland area. This is the least traveled path in all of Disneyland, and they kind of use it now for a queue for the Royal Fair Theater. And of course, you can see the Matterhorn right up there, the tallest attraction in all of Disneyland. Moving right along. I'll take you guys into Fantasyland next. You'll notice on Main Street now, right there, the curb is now leveled and flat. It used to not always be that way. It was a step curb down, but they went through and redid all the curbs to make them accessible to anybody with a disability in a wheelchair or a stroller, or and it was an EVC. They could roll right on up. Disney, I love that. Here we go, walking right into Fantasyland through the gate of Sleeping Beauty Castle. Very, very, very popular picture spot. Not as popular as Mickey in the front, but still quite popular. Here is the castle. Now, I accidentally made a mistake at this one time. I was told that right there, the coat of arms, I was told that that's the Disney coat of arms. It is not. It's just a regular coat of arms that's put up, I think, in 1963 or 66, I can't remember, but it does not signify Disney, though a lot of people will tell you that it does. We're now into Fantasyland, the land with the most attractions, and children's favorite land, usually. Not always parents' favorite land, but still. Lots of good attractions here. It was completely redone in 1983 is when they reopened it and made it more of like a, hi! Made it more Disney-esque, I guess, if you will. Here's the King Arthur Carousel. Now, I'll tell you something weird about this King Arthur Carousel. King Arthur really should be off of the Sword of the Stone. You can see Sword of the Stone right there. But if you look at the King Arthur Carousel, there's a mural, and the mural is from Sleeping Beauty, and King Arthur has absolutely nothing to do with Sleeping Beauty. You can see Maleficent there. Why do they have Sleeping Beauty on King Arthur's Carousel? I don't know. Walking down here, right straight ahead of us is Casey Jr.'s circus train. My wife's Amanda's second favorite attraction. Super fun. It was an opening day attraction, though it had some problems. The hill that it went up was too steep for the engine. The engine wasn't balanced, so it would tip, and they had to have the conductor lean so it wouldn't tip over. Right over here, we've got Dumbo. We did a whole secret reveal on Dumbo. This was actually built for France, but we stole it and brought it over here. Here we have Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, a Disneyland original. And I sometimes get nervous. I hope they never, ever, ever take it out, because it's the last one standing. Nobody else has it. Here you have Monstro, which is the entrance into the Storybook Land. What's interesting about this is that it's a very easy, fun, family-friendly ride. But children, a lot of times, they see this Monstro outside and they get nervous and they don't want to walk in or ride the ride because they're worried they'll be swallowed by a whale. Over here, you have the teacups. These teacups here are the only teacups in any Disney park that is not covered. You see that? No covering. Every other Disneyland park that has teacups, they have a cover over it, except for California, because California has so much sunshine, they're like, we don't need to cover it. And this, of course, everybody who's ever been to Disneyland knows this road here. It takes you right down to It's a Small World. And the facade on It's a Small World here is amazing. Now, I was shocked the very first time I went to Magic Kingdom and went to ride there. It's a Small World, because it's just like tucked in a street, like this little tiny street in Fantasyland, and just walk through, and all of a sudden you're inside the ride. You don't have this amazing facade on the outside. Now, this facade, it shows all different types of parts of the world. If you look at the top, that's like the Eiffel Tower. You also have the Leaning Tower of Pisa right over there. See how the Leaning Tower of Pisa is leaning? You got the Taj Mahal. Just shows that the world is small and we're all brothers and sisters. I'm now going to walk you down into Toontown, one of the least visited lands in all of Disneyland. Toontown is a lot of fun, heavily inspired by a movie that came out called Roger Rabbit, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? And it's kind of lost a little bit its luster throughout the years, and people don't go there as much anymore. It's really where you go, because if you want to meet Mickey or Minnie, you're guaranteed to meet them. But I will tell you this right now, this land is about to be rejuvenated, and it will probably become one of the most popular lands in the park in a few short months, in about 18 months. They have a new ride here called the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. That's going to be right here, and when that opens up, man, everybody will be coming here to ride that ride, because it is amazing. As you come in here, you see that big building's not always been there. It used to be a facade there, like a mountain range. You still have it a little bit over there, you see it. But that's gonna be the building for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. And then right over here, you have Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin. This has one of the most deceptively long lines of all the rides, because Because when you walk by, you see right there that door, you look in, you see the ride, you think, oh, it's just right there. But no, the line goes all the way through and back. But the line is very, very cool, and I like it. And moving right over here, we're gonna walk down to the side where Minnie and Mickey are. Now, Toontown is divided into two areas. You have the downtown, that's where like Roger Rabbit is, and all those buildings right there, the bank and everything. Then you come down here and you kind of hit suburbia, where the houses are. You've got Goofy's house right over here. You've got Donald's boat. You've got Mickey's house and Minnie's house. And this is a place where you can go and guarantee a chance to meet them. It's a lot of fun. There's also a roller coaster down here called the Gadget roller coaster. It's a very good introduction roller coaster. You'll also notice down here, to differentiate the downtown and suburbia side, that the trash cans have changed. These ones are like a lighter color. Then when you get to more downtown, they become like an emerald green. And there's the Gadget Go Coaster. And right here is Donald's boat. And here you have Goofy's Playhouse. One of Miles' favorite places. Okay. Walk back down. Now, one of the illusions that Disney has is called like a berm, or see that like wall there? It makes it so you can't see outside the park. It's very important that Disney makes sure they have that. You see they even have like some drawn on buildings right over there. They don't want the illusion of being outside Disney, so when you get close to the boundaries at the end of Disney, they put something up so you can't see. You can see right here that we are now exiting Toontown, and the garbage cans have changed colors. We're exiting out of Toontown, back into Fantasyland, and you get a perfect view of the Matterhorn. There's a lot of rumors about the Matterhorn. Matterhorn, a lot of people said the rumors are that Walt made a mountain because the city of Anaheim wouldn't allow him to do a construction that high of a mountain, so he put a basketball court instead of a basketball court. That's not true. The city of Anaheim actually had no problem with him building a Matterhorn. And why did he want to build a Matterhorn? Because his wife Lily liked it so much when they saw it in Europe. He's like, I'll build it for you. Opened in 1959. Super fun ride. A little herky-jerky though. I'm going to be honest about that. A little herky-jerky. Walking along here, and you're going to see the entrance to the Matterhorn right here. Some of my favorite cast members work there. Matterhorn Bobsleds. Matterhorn Bobsled has 2 tracks. And we have a whole video about the secret reveal of the Matterhorn Bobsled if that's something you're interested in as well. We're kind of exiting out of Fantasyland now and going into Tomorrowland. Tomorrowland is an amazing land, though it's got its own little bit of problems in it. Tomorrowland, the second that they developed it, it's had problems because how do you keep the future in the future? You gotta constantly keep renovating for it, so it's been difficult. Tomorrowland has had more attractions in it than any other land. Though only one attraction will exist from the opening day, that's Autopia, right over there. Autopia, that's a real divided topic. People either love it or they don't. Usually children love it, adults don't, because adults say I can drive whenever I want to, and children love to drive cars. Classic and favorite. This was America Sings right here, and then it turned into Innovations, and now it's the Star Wars docking bay, or what is it, the launch bay. And a lot of times people are like, why aren't they really doing anything more with that? I don't know. Right there is Splash Mountain. Sorry, Space Mountain. Space Mountain. Maximum speed is 32 miles per hour, but they use fans to blow air on you. And since it's dark, it makes it feel like it's going much faster than it really is. That's why when you get off the ride, your hair is usually wind blowing back because they're blowing air right in your face, giving that illusion that you are going super fast. Right over here, you've got Pizza Planet, fashioned after Toy Story and the pizza truck. Over here, you have the Star Trader. Now, this was the Starcade. It was an arcade, and when I was a kid, it was a Starcade, and Disney always had the best video games. You can also see across the top can also see right there across the top, there's a mini Mickey Mouse in like a suit, spacesuit, and it's neon. It's kind of hard to see in the daytime. That's been there since the early 80s. It's a very iconic. And here we go, walking right down the center of Tomorrowland. Right over here on the left-hand side, we have Star Tours. And then on the right-hand side, of course, we've got Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters. Now the Astro Blasters, they have that in other parks, but the one here in Disneyland, the gun actually comes off, you can shoot in any direction, where in the other parks it's mounted on the car, so you can't shoot it. You have to go where you're aiming. Right over here you have Star Tours. When Star Tours first opened, they had an exclusive opening. I think the ride is open for 56 hours, or maybe it's 30, I can't remember, 36 hours straight. And people were just waiting in line to ride it because they're so excited for it. Since the new movies come out, the Star Tours have only been showing clips from the new movies, but eventually they'll probably bring back the old movies to go like to Hoth. This building here used to be what was called Circle Vision, and it was a theater where you were standing there and it had like 8 screens and you could look in any direction and like fly over certain areas. Disney helped develop that technology for that. And right over there you got the Astro Blasters. We did the Astro Orbiter, the Astro Orbiter. I used to do a Secrets Revealed video on that very recently. These little rockets fly all over the place, man. When I say all over the place, I mean a circle, but they fly a lot of miles in a year. By the way, that's called the world clock. See, it's still spinning even though the ride stopped. It's called the world clock. And guys, this brings us right back to Disneyland, Main Street, USA. That was an impromptu tour with me here at Disneyland. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Put down some of your facts, your favorite things that you want to see, or something, the fact or trivia bit that I missed that you wish I would have talked about. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe and like button. You know the drill by now. Just enjoy it. And you guys be good people and just take care and have a magical week. This is Chris from Provost Park Pass. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.